What's good? What's good, YouTube? Can we have a chat? If this is going to be a chat about surgery, it just so happens that um, I went to the gastric bypass surgeon's office today to have my very first appointment. So the diabetic doctor, she is all gung ho. She has been saying for years and try to encourage me to get surgery for a long time. At my regular primary care doctor's office, I always see the physician assistant or the nurse practitioner in that office, and her opinion is, no, I don't think you should have surgery. I think you need to be more active first and try to eat better to see if you lose weight that way. So I'm like, okay. Me personally, I don't know. I think I've probably shared it on here. I'm afraid of surgery. I'm afraid because in December of 2007, I was about a good 150 pounds, 55 pounds, and I was a 36G bra size. I went in and had reduction surgery, and I want to say about 6 months post op, I was wearing C cup bras, and by 18 months later, I was back in the 40. Well, no, they kept saying 36 double G. But to be more comfortable, I was just buying 40G. I mean, 40 double G. So it's like 18 months later, my breasts are twice the size they were before the surgery. And my whole thing about gastric bypass surgery is, what are the odds that I get the surgery to lose weight? And I initially lose some, but then gain it all back because I'm not disciplined enough to eat the things I'm supposed to eat and to exercise the way that I should. That's my whole thought. Like, if I'm lazy now, what's the odds of me not being lazy just because I had surgery, you know? So, anywho, I go to surgery to talk to him. He tell me about the different methods that he does. He does gastric bypass. That's where they cut and make a small stomach, and then they run a tube. I guess it's like one of your small intestines or whatever. They run that tube up to the small stomach that they just created, and your food goes through there. It's called bypass because it's bypassing going through here. It's just going straight in here in this tube or whatever. So okay, then um he told me about the sleeve. He showed me that the sleeve is just like a little tube. They cut this much of your stomach off and then they leave a small tube like this. I'm like, okay. He said, and now, Aetna, he said Aetna Healthcare, and it's another insurance. They allow people on their insurance to get this new surgery called the SADI S or Addis S, SADI something. But basically, it's a combination of gastric bypass and sleeve surgery in a sense. But it's not as much surgery as it takes to do gastric bypass. He said it's quicker. You see way more results with this surgery than the sleeve and gastric bypass. Like, this is the big whoop de doo. And the health insurance that I do have, he thinking it's gonna be, by the time, if I decide to have surgery, by the time I would have the surgery, then my insurance will be allowing people to get that particular procedure under the insurance. Because he said right now you got to get a special clearance for them to do the surgery or whatever. And I was like, okay. So he explained to me that surgery is not just for weight loss, but it's like you got hormones in your body um, that secrete and create cravings and things like that. And having one of these surgeries, what you're doing is trying to jumpstart weight loss and alter those hormones. So he talked about the issues that I deal with currently and how the surgeries would be beneficial in me getting my life back and get myself together. I won't be breathing heavy like I've been doing like the last couple days. I don't know what I ate or what, but I've been struggling a little bit. I've been here. It's been like feeling kind of like claustrophobic in my chest. Um, um, and for about the last month, see that cough I just had? I keep doing that random times throughout the day. But anywho, what are the odds of him, like, I don't know if the way I said it was funny or whatever, but when I told him I was afraid for surgery because of what happened with breast reduction surgery, he laughed. And I had to stop him and was like, "You're laughing, but I'm being dead serious right now." And he says, "Well, I guess it's the way you said it." I've never met a surgeon who just laughed in your face like that. First of all, I was turned off because I got dropped off at the wrong entrance. And I had to walk. It's super, super hot outside. And I had to walk over to where his office was. And when I tried to call the front desk to let them know I was running maybe 5 minutes late because I got lost, no one answered the phone. I get to the office. One lady is just sitting there, and the other one is on the phone, ending a phone call, a personal phone call with somebody, telling them something to do or something. And I had to let the young lady know, like, I just tried to call up here and nobody answered the phone. She gonna just say, "Well, I apologize for that." And I'm thinking to myself, you just sitting here looking, and then this lady having personal phone conversations when y'all supposed to be answering the phones. Like, what if they would have charged me a late fee or something, or said you can't come in because you're too late? Like, and I had been trying to call them. So then the doctor comes out and says something to them, and they all worried and concerned about what they ordering for lunch. Like, that just really turned me off. And then I didn't like how dark and dreary the office appeared to be. The lighting wasn't bright or whatever. It was just like real, and then it was real old looking and everything. It wasn't a good experience. And then lo and behold, I leave the appointment and my ride share shows up. She gets a personal phone call. You can tell she was agitated and aggravated with whoever it was calling her. So she handles that phone call, hangs up, and she apologized to me for, and I'm just like, it's okay, it's cool. I can tell you was frustrated. So why she start telling me that she recently had gastric bypass surgery? I said, what are the odds of that? So I told her that's where you're picking me up from. I'm having my first appointment with the surgeon. She said, let me tell you this. She said, because nobody told me this before I had surgery. You got to be strong mentally, and you definitely have to have a support system. If you don't have a support system, it's extremely hard. She said, I'm doing it all by myself. And it's been a many a days I've sat in the bathroom and contemplated taking my life. For her, it's you got a taste for food and you want to eat, but you go to try to eat something, you can't hold nothing down. She said you be sick as a dog. Like, if you overeat, you're going to feel it immediately. It's excruciating pain when you overeat. You got to drink a certain amount of water a day. But you can't take big gulps of water. You got to just, like, take little sips throughout the day, all day long, of the water. It's a certain way you got to drink it so you won't get yourself sick. She said right now, she's noticed the only thing she can hold down is tomatoes. And she got to dice them up so super small and fine and thin. She said, enjoy food right now because you are not going to enjoy eating once you have the surgery. She said, yes, I have lost some weight. And at this moment, her surgery was about 2 months ago. Because she said she just had it on May the 9th and she had gastric bypass, not a sleeve. She had gastric bypass. She's lost some weight, but she's saying she's miserable. And I'm like, damn, like, being completely honest with y'all, I have an aunt that had lap band surgery a long time ago. And then a year or so ago, she kept having complications. And I have heard from different people that people who had those surgeries, they have complications with their intestines, getting tangled up and all kinds of stuff. They always have some kind of stomach issues after they had these surgeries. So my aunt, she went in and had she had the lap band removed, and they gave her a sleeve. And she has lost some weight. I noticed it first at her upper body, how much weight she really lost. But the last time I seen her, it don't look like it was that much that she lost. It's like she picked it back up. She's one that's encouraging me to get surgery. She's like, I want you to get it while you're still at an age where your skin still has some elasticity and tautness to it, so you won't be real wrinkly and have a whole lot of extra skin. Like, you can work out and tighten your skin up. I said, okay, I get it. And then a friend of my family, well, she's my mom's friend. She had gastric bypass back in 2005. And if I'm remembering, she was wider than what I am right now. Like, she was wide across the back and then real wide in the hips. And her butt was flat because of the surgery. I mean, because of the weight gain. But she was saying before she had gained all that weight, she used to have a shape, like with a butt and all those things like that. But the weight gain, she just spread wide this way. So, anywho, she's had that surgery. And all these years later, like, me and her had a conversation a couple weeks ago about it. And she was like, you just gotta know that you want to have it for yourself. She was like, I do find myself like, if I don't do right with my eating, I will pick weight back up. And when I notice I'm gaining more weight, then I'll change my diet to get that weight back off. She is, since surgery, been having a whole lot of issues with her stomach and her intestines. As a matter of fact, that day we spent together, we went somewhere to do all you can eat crabs, and she ate some corn, and that corn on the cob will tear you up if you don't know. Because my mom, we had seafood bowl one time, and my mom ate the corn on the cob, and it messed her up for about 3 days. She couldn't get herself together. She had to drink some smooth move to make a bowel movement. And my mom's friend that I was with eating crabs that day, when we left that place, she left and drove herself to the ER or to urgent care. And they had to give her something to make her bowels move. She went to the bathroom and she felt better, but like, she was miserable. She was not feeling great. Like, she immediately left where we were and went to the hospital. So they told me that, but nobody ever told me what this lady with the rideshare driver was telling me that, you know, you just, like, you're gonna want to eat stuff and you just can't hold nothing down. And I never even considered that you can't hold nothing down. And the fact that all she eating right now is tomatoes, dicing them up, and you gotta dice them up real and teeny tiny pieces. Really? That's crazy to me. I don't know, y'all. Like, she said, I tell people to do what they need to do to get their health in order. But I just want you to know the real deal, because nobody told me about this side of it. She said, you see people getting it on TV and they be looking great. You see them after the fact of getting it. But you see them after it's been some months and they post-op, you know, and they feeling better. But you don't see them like right afterwards. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And it's funny because another one of my mom's friends, she had a BBL. And she had it because she didn't get like one of them humongous, like, honestly, looking at her, you can't even tell she had it, to be honest. But she had it because she had big thighs and hips with a real flat butt, and then like the bottom part of her legs below her knee is like super small, skinny. And she was like, she just wanted to be proportion right. So she went to the doctor and she told him, listen, I just want you to make me proportion. I do not want that extravagant big butt stuff like everybody else get. And she was just basically telling me how, after they had that surgery, how they be draining, like they be oozing blood, pus, and stuff like that. And people don't talk about that. And then that faja thing that they wear it with no underwear. And a lot of women, like she said, you secrete, you sweat, you can poop, you know, coochie juice and stuff like that. And then you're gonna put that faja on the next day. Like, you're gonna take a shower and put that same faja on without washing it. She was saying how when she came home, like, She was like, F that. Like, she said she had two of them. And every day she take it off, she would wash it. And the other one is already washed and clean for her to wear the next day. And I didn't even consider all, like, well, I wouldn't consider it anyway because I'm good with my pancake. I'm not getting no BBL surgery. But I never thought about all that stuff they can go through. And I just remember somebody telling me they had a homegirl that had it. And when there was a time when she came, spent time with them at their home, and then when she got up to leave, the husband was like, "Did you smell that?" And it was like the BBL stink. And it's crazy. I just seen a TikTok video over the weekend where the guy was talking about the BBL stink. Like, some of them not used to having that much booty, so they can't get back there clean the way that they need to clean. And my mom's friend was basically, she said something that I didn't even consider. And she was like, it's the fire high. They sweating and wearing it every day without washing it. Like, you need to wash it. When you take it off, wash it before you put it back on. Because you're wearing it with nothing. And then she said that, like, it's like an opening that you unzip on it. And and you go to the bathroom through that hole. And, you know, a little pee might drip on that little part or whatever. So you definitely need to be washing it. So you walking around sweating and funking it up. And that's where the BBL stink come from. And I said, oh. So I just went on a whole tangent about that. But my real reason for this video is just, if you're watching me and you've considered weight loss surgery, which one did you consider? Did you actually get it done? Or are you still in the process of weighing your options like I am? Like, and if you actually did have the surgery, I would really like to know the things that you feel like people don't discuss. I would like for you to discuss it in the comment section and tell. So, to help somebody else make their decision, you know? It's all about sharing and helping each other through life and being kind to one another the same way we want somebody to be kind to us and the people that we love. Okay? So, I'll see y'all next time. This video is long enough. I can't wait to read the replies that I'm going to get. I hope I get some replies on here. And I thank you for watching and tuning in, especially if you made it to this part of the video. I appreciate you sitting here and listening to me ramble on about gastric bypass and surgeries I've had, BBL surgery that others have had, and things I've learned and didn't learn from others. Okay? I'll see y'all next time. Peace.